Ooh, coming off a Piston W in the last game. I didn't like how it screwed up our record from 3-1-3, but that's okay. We're 4-1-3 right now. That's 13.
Hey, it didn't screw up my pockets though.
Yeah.
My bookie, I bet on that game and I came on top.
Pistons +6. Tonight, Pistons playing the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7 o'clock. The money line for this game, plus 115 for the Pistons, minus 135 for the Cavs. Pistons +3 on the spread, and over-under is 215. And we'll get into our picks coming up later on in the pregame show. Welcome to the Pistons pregame show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick.
And I'm Joey. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Obviously, this is the big game. This is the, third time we played Andre Drummond this season.
Yeah.
And he's had his way with us the first couple times. And I think it's important to reestablish dominance on Andre Drummond.
That's the thing, too, is for some reason, Andre Drummond is balling out like the best he has in his entire career right now. And I'm like, you couldn't have done that here for us?
Well, he kind of did that here. I mean, he was putting up numbers, and anytime you're on like a not so good team, it's kind of easier to put up numbers. So that's just kind of what Andre's doing. Or maybe he gave up DJ and is actually focusing on basketball.
Yes, because clubs are closed right now. Fun fact.
Yeah, that is a fun fact. So let's get into the key injuries of today's game. We got some key injuries coming up. Blake is out tonight, which I know makes Joey very, very happy. Killian obviously is out for however long Killian's going to be out for. We got Frank Jackson out, and then Derrick Rose is probable tonight for the Pistons.
I will say this, though. When we did play the Cavs last time, Blake Griffin was the second highest leading scorer. So he got 26 points.
He had a good game.
So I look at that, and I'm like, Blake actually played pretty well against this team. So now we're going to see what we look like without Blake tonight.
Yeah, and, we'll get to see some of the young guys. Sekou has been getting more minutes, which is something we've been talking about all season. Like, when is Sekou going to get his shot? And last game, a couple of those three-pointers didn't even touch the rim. Like, dude was just raining them in. I thought Sekou looked a lot better in game, 17 than he had in the previous 16.
I love how you know the numbers now. But it's for real, to that point, I mean, we all in the beginning were like, Sekou looked good in the preseason. Why is he not playing as much? And he's only getting 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at most a game. Now we're starting to see him get a little bit more because he's starting to play better, and I'm thinking it's just the whole practice. I feel like he's performing better in practice and deserving these minutes because when you look at Coach Casey, the dude knows what he's doing. He's a damn good coach, got a great pass in his coaching career. The dude knows what he's doing.
We talk about practice?
Not
a game.
Not a game.
Not a game. Practice.
And that's where it all begins.
Right.
He ain't no AI yet. You got to practice.
No, God, no. He's not even close to AI. But I do like seeing Sekou get some extra minutes, and I'm glad he's putting in the extra effort in practice to get those extra minutes in the game and then making those big shots when he can. Because, he was a big part of the reason that we beat the 76ers last game, who are the number one team in the East.
For sure. I mean, you look at him, he got 17 minutes that game.
Yep.
But for Sekou, it was his defense.
Yes.
Like, the dude is just, him being on the court and his presence really changes the dynamics of the team out there.
He is a strong, strong dude. The Pistons are sitting at 4-13 right now. They're 1-6 on the road. The Cavs lost to the Lakers on Monday, 115-108. And did you know the Cavs, they're scoring the second fewest points in the league?
And that's crazy because the Pistons, I feel like, are scoring actually a lot this year.
Yeah, we are. We
put up 119 on Monday.
Yeah, and that's pretty much been the standard for the Pistons this season.
Yeah.
So, I expect a decently high-scoring game out of the Pistons. Out of the Cavs,
what are they, around like 102 or something like that?
They're the second fewest in the league, so not many. Let's get into the Cavs. They have some key injuries tonight. One of my favorite NBA players, just because he's an absolute pest, is Deladova. He's out tonight. Kevin Love is out tonight, and Nance is questionable.
Yeah.
Nance is always a fun player to watch. Larry Nance Jr. Some people remember his dad, Larry Nance Sr. in the league. But
so what's up with Dellavedova? He's got a concussion?
I'm not exactly sure why he's out. It just said out on the report.
That's a big takeaway for the game right now. I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me if it was a concussion the way that dude plays.
Yes.
Like he needs to play with a football helmet the way Dellavedova plays.
No, you can't, because then he'd get too many targeting penalties.
He would actually get a targeting penalty
100%.
in the NBA. So we kind of wanted to focus on two players to watch tonight because that's super important. Your key matchups, it's not really a matchup, but it's the two players that we want to highlight from each team. Obviously, for the Pistons, Jeremy Grant. He's been our Mr. Everything. Like
consistent as heck, too.
Yep, and Dwayne Casey was talking about how now he's the main guy going down. When we're in crunch time, he's the guy that's going to get the shots. Like, I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan, but right now, he's our Jordan. Game time, crunch time, who's getting the ball?
Jeremy Grant, baby.
There we go. All right, I thought I was going to stop.
I was going to say DeLon Wright for a second.
He had a pretty good game last time. But Jeremy Grant averaging 24 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.8 assists.
Wow.
Yeah, it's monster numbers,
Yeah.
and pretty much everybody around the league has got him as a lock to win Most Improved Player in the NBA.
He's got to. I mean, you look at just the season that he's had. I mean, leading the team without a doubt.
Right. Yeah, and he came here to do that from Denver. Like, that's kind of what I love about his story. He could have taken the same amount of money, been the sixth man in Denver, but he was like, no. I'm not a sixth man.
Yeah.
I'm the man. I'm going to go to Detroit and show you I'm the man. And he got here, and he's been the man. That's it. Just the man, period. So I'm always looking forward to watching Grant play. And then, obviously, we got to highlight him for the Cavaliers. He's really the only one doing something besides Colin Sexton on that whole team.
Yes.
You're talking about Andre Drummond. We are very familiar with his game here in Detroit. You know what he did here. Nothing great, but he was always a threat for a 2020 guy. He's a big guy. He runs the floor pretty well. He's been practicing his three-pointers, but I don't want Andre Drummond shooting three-pointers.
I do want Andre Drummond shooting three-pointers.
Tonight, but he's averaging a double-double, 18 points a game, 14.6 rebounds, and almost 3 assists, which is pretty good for a big man.
And it's crazy because he's had 14 double-doubles in a row and 14 double-doubles in the season.
Right.
That's the third highest ranked for the NBA right now.
Well, we've only played like 17, 18 games, so pretty much every game, dude is getting a double-double.
That's crazy.
But honestly, with how small the game has become and what type of shooting league it is, if you're the only dude out there that's 7 feet tall, you better be pulling down those boards.
Right, especially, the rebounds we know he's going to get. It's
Right.
just he's got to put up the 10 points at least, and he hasn't had an issue doing that this year.
And, he's also a hairy beast, so you got to make sure he shaves those shoulders. Like, you shave your whole back too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Andre Drummond, you saw him in the Pistons
He's got, like,
uniform.
long, curly hairs.
Yeah, it's like literally curly hairs all over his shoulders and back.
I respect it, though, that it took him this long because he started cleaning them up. Right?
Yeah, I've seen him cleaned up.
Yeah, he's cleaned up, but
that's maintenance.
No, he didn't do it until a couple of years ago.
Okay.
This is like a recent addition to his manscaping because I was like, dude's got some balls. Like, you're on national TV. Like, all you got to do is take the little groomer like this.
And you got the back fro going on.
And you're good. Nobody even sees the back.
But, it reminds me of that movie Along Came Polly when they're D'ing up each other on the court. And, like, that big, sweaty, hairy dude just comes down his entire face. Like, that's what it would be like guarding Andre Drummond. Like, you're just trying to stay away, but his, sweat's dripping off the curly hair of his back.
Yep.
That's why the dude's getting so many rebounds. Nobody wants to box this guy out.
Dude, that's so true, though. When I play pickup ball and there's that one dude on the court that's super sweaty. Like, we played one game and my man's drenched.
Dripping.
I do not, go ahead. I'm not even boxing you. I go
ahead.
Have the board.
Yeah, it's like the guy that sweats through his t-shirt, so even when you touch his shirt, it's just like, God.
It's like a gray t-shirt turned black. It's like,
we've all been there in rec leagues.
I don't sweat like that, though.
I sweat, but I'm not the guy that's sweating through my entire shirt constantly.
I get the armpit area. That's really it for me. like people that have the whole shirt. Oof.
So normally when we do our pregame, Corey Woods is in here doing his with us.
Where is he today, by the way?
He had to go get lined up.
No, you're kidding me.
I swear to God, man.
So he said, hey, I can't be on this because I got to get lined up?
Well, last week when we had Rob Parker on the Morning Woodward show, Rob Parker called him out for not having his lines crispy. Yep. So I think weekly now, Corey is going to go get his lines crispy, and that's what he's doing right now. And we're going to check in with him. He's actually going to check in with us live from the barbershop coming up. Yeah.
This is great.
I love it. Some barbershop talk right here.
Shout out to his barber, Moose, by the way. Dude's the man.
You know Moose?
Yeah.
I never met Moose, but
hell yeah.
Dude is
I don't know him personally, but I know Moose.
He's a monster.
Oh, man.
Absolute
Corey
monster.
Sees, it's such a talent, too, because you look at the way my man lines up, it's freaking amazing.
Right.
It really is.
It really is. So do you want to get into our 3 keys for tonight's game for the Pistons to come out with a victory?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead. Let's start with yours, Joey. What are your 3 keys?
So my first one is we got to contain Colin Sexton, and you talked about him a little bit earlier because he had 32 points against us in the first time we played on December 26th, but he's only averaging 24.8. So he put up more than the average on the season, so we got to lower that. I want him below the average of 24 points.
He's been balling out, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you do not expect that out of Colin Sexton.
No, but it's like he has been having a hell of a season. So it's like, I mean,
D him up.
Yeah, Andre Drummond's balling out this year, so we know that there's something going on with the Cavs this season. So we got to make sure that they don't get another W against us.
Okay. And what else you got? What's your second key to victory for the Pistons tonight?
Wayne Ellington, 4-3.
I love that.
That's what I got. Just Wayne Ellington, 4-3.
He set a Pistons record.
He set the Pistons record, and he has made 4+ 3-pointers in 5 straight games.
Yeah. No, the Pistons record was 25 3-pointers in 5 games. I think he's now at 27 through 5 games. And dude has just been absolutely on fire. It's so good to have him here.
Yeah, and it's like, Wayne Ellington is the man, so we need more from him.
Yeah, and like I always mention, like his initial W, Ellington, my best friend, Wellington. So I'm like, oh, I got to get Wellington a Wayne Ellington jersey. Like, it just fits too well.
Yep. And then my last one, I actually said this in a previous pregame, but we still need this positive assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
That has been killing us. And it's like, we make great plays, but we make more mistakes more often than we need it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a sign of a young team. We've kind of talked about that all season. You would expect more of that if Killian Hayes was in the lineup. I expected less of it with Derrick Rose in the lineup, but we're still turning the ball over a lot.
Yeah, so those are my 3 keys. What do you got?
So protect the ball. That is Joey's 3rd key. For me, it's limit turnovers.
Yeah.
And, you know,
protect the ball.
Cleveland leads the league in 17.5 opponent turnovers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that means they're hustling on defense.
So we gotta make sure that we are limiting the turnovers and making sure that Cleveland is turning the ball over a lot. So press the D, press the D, press the D, get up the court, get in people's business. Don't let them get comfortable and shoot 3-point shots. We just got to get in there, limit the turnovers. And when we do get our turnovers, turn them into fast break points.
And it's so simple. I mean, it's
just
easier
so simple.
said than done, but it's like, that is the basics to winning a basketball game.
Right. And then my second, DeLon Wright.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to continue his hot streak.
Score 50 points. That's a good key right there. DeLon Wright, score 50 points.
And this is what happens when like a Killian Hayes is out. It opens up the door and it opens up opportunity for other players to get a look. And I mean, DeLon Wright has 28 points last game. Dude, really, it was his career high. But if we can get him to continue that or be somewhat of a semblance of that every single game, then you're talking Ellington, you're talking Wright, and of course, you know, we got to talk
Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, obviously. Mason Plumlee. No, and then you got Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
You know, so you got a mini big 3. We could call them the mini big 3.
I mean, for real, though, like when you see the way that they've been performing, that's not a bad big 3.
No, I'd take them.
Like
and
the Splash Bros.
The Splash Bros. And then my third is Ellington. Stay hot. You kind of stole my thunder, but that's, I mean, this dude behind the 3-point line, him stretching the defense is going to open up driving lanes for, you know, our point guards, whoever that may be tonight, even if we signed Isaiah Thomas right before the game, whoever it may be tonight, having that 3-point shooter on the edge and opening up the spacing in the court, it just does so much for your team. You're allowed to do and function so much better when you have shooters like that.
Because game plan for any opponent would always be stop Jeremy Grant.
Right.
Now they got to stop Jeremy Grant. They got to stop DeLon Wright.
Right.
They got to stop Wayne Ellington.
Right.
We actually got threats on the court that they got to watch. So this is really helping us just kind of spread the court.
Right. And the closer I got to stay to Ellington, the further I am from helping on Grant.
Bam.
And so, boom. You know, that's how you got to hit him. The old 1-2.
I was going to say helping on Mason Plumlee, but okay.
Yeah, you love Mason.
He's a star, man. I love Mason
Triple-double
Plumlee.
machine.
Hell yeah.
Almost in game 1 and then never even close since.
Never.
Fish is over there doing producer. Corey, he's ready to go. Can you check in with Corey right now?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Corey. I'm at Generations Barbershop right now getting cut. Had to give y'all my 3 keys from here because when you're getting cut by the top barber in the city, you got to go ahead and move when he says move. So I went ahead and I moved. So here are my 3 keys for tonight's matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. First off, you got to stop Colin Sexton. I was about to say Darius Garland. You really got to stop him too. You got to stop Colin Sexton. Right now, he's averaging 24.8 points per game. You've seen what he did to the Brooklyn Nets this season, these past 2 games. Beat those guys 2 games in a row. I'm still shocked about that. And they played hard against the Los Angeles Lakers. So you got to go ahead and just lock him up as much as possible. Do not let him get anything inside, and definitely do not let him kill you from an outside, which goes to my second point. Make sure you protect the perimeter. It's been something that I've been beating the drum about all season long. The Pistons need to work on their perimeter defense. And they're still one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to defending the three-point shot. And they're not getting a lot of the contested shots either. So I know I sound like a broken record, but hey, that just is what it is. They need to go ahead and work on their perimeter defense and also work on their transition defense too, because they're middle of the pack in the league as that as well. And my third and last key, do not let Andre Drummond get off. You know, last time that they played the Cavaliers, he didn't do so well to start the first half. He was actually pretty mediocre. But towards the end of the game, he played phenomenal. He was
Love that he's in that barber chair.
He was crashing the glass. He was distributing to teammates. And on top of that, he was playing stingy defense. Very stingy defense. He came up with several turnovers on Derrick Rose in the last couple of minutes of the game, which sent it into those overtimes. So those are my keys right there. And tonight, with all that being said, I think the Pistons are going to have a win streak. Start it off right now. Pistons are going to win tonight. I have the score going, I'm going to go 115-105 Pistons. Jeremy Grant's going to have a double-double. I have Jeremy Grant going for 22 and 10. And DeLon Wright, last game he had 28 points. Tonight I don't think he's going to have another 28-point game, but don't be surprised if he hovers somewhere around 17, 8, and 8. So those are my 3 keys and my prediction for the score tonight. Check back in with you.
Man, Corey looks so fresh and so clean.
Moose!
When's the last time we got a call from the barbershop like that?
For real. Yeah, you see his smile, too, sitting in that chair. And it's like, man,
Darren McCarty slamming doors over there. What's up, D-Mac? We're doing the Pistons. Come here. We're doing a Pistons pregame show right now.
Darren McCarty,
former Red Wing.
Hey, Tom Masway, and I'm responsible for him. He might have just mushed my boy Ryan Hermani really bad in the Pepperdine game. Hold your breath, folks. 43 seconds left.
Okay. Breaking news.
You got to love the gambling and everything that's going around here at Woodward Sports.
Listen, you can make any bet you want with my bookie.
Yes.
On the Pistons tonight.
Listen to Armani or listen to D-Mac. These guys love to gamble.
They love gambling.
I love that we're just doing the Pistons pregame show and Darren McCarty just runs in to yell about gambling. Like, welcome to Woodward Sports, everybody. This is what it's all about, right?
This is what we do.
We're just one big Detroit family here, and we're trying to put some Detroit legends in the building, and that's why we hired Joey, first of all.
He meant Darren McCarty.
Yeah, obviously we meant Joik and Darren McCarty and everybody else that's coming to the network, but damn, that's so cool to just be doing a Pistons pregame and McCarty rolls in. So
right, Pistons pregame, Darren McCarty, Corey getting his hair lined up right now. This is a good Pistons pregame.
See what you missed, Corey? Damn it. Okay, Corey gave his 3 keys to the game.
So we got to stop Colin Sexton, protect the perimeter, and lock Andre Drummond. The last one is something that I really agree with.
Yeah, I mean, you agreed with you agreed with the Sexton one because that was one of your keys.
He copied me.
He copied you from the chair. He copied you.
He wasn't listening. I let him slide.
Yeah. So that's our 3 keys to victory tonight. I do like the lock up Andre Drummond since with his keys, if you lock up Sexton and you locked up Drummond, there's nobody else on the Cavs that can hurt you.
You think Andre Drummond's going to get a double-double tonight or no?
Yeah, he'll get one.
He's going to get 9 points.
You think 9 points?
9 points.
All right, let's put money on it. Let's go. My bookie, dude, where are you at?
I'm putting $5. It's paying out like 20 G's if I get this one right.
So do you want to get into our final picks of the game, Joey?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you think the final score is going to be, and who do you think is going to win?
Let me see. What was the score? The score the first time we played each other was 128-119.
Yep.
But keep in mind that went in overtime.
Yep.
So on this game, I'm going to go with Pistons winning
Okay.
112 to the Cavs 107.
112. So you got like 119, 219. So you got the over.
Yep.
Okay, so you're taking the over, and obviously Pistons are +3 if you're picking them to win. They're going to cover.
Yeah.
So Joey got the Pistons to cover and the Pistons with the over.
Yes.
I like it.
You got to, man. The thing is that I've learned was when I placed this bet on my bookie the other night is you can't bet against your team.
Right.
So even if the Pistons don't have that many wins this season, I still got to put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, and make sure if you are betting on MyBookie, you enter promo code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit up to 50%. Like you put in a G, they're going to give you $1,500 back to gamble. So
That's amazing.
I love that.
That's great.
My final prediction of the game tonight, Pistons 108. Cavaliers.
Wait. The lowest scoring team in the NBA.
105.
Yeah! Let's go!
So, I haven't been able to pick the Pistons confidently to win a lot this year, but I think after they saw the hustle that they could put through with what they did to the 76ers, if you can beat the 76ers, you can beat the Cavaliers.
Seriously, and we didn't only beat them, we beat them by like 15 points.
And front to back. Like that was a pure victory all the way through, and we've seen the Pistons kind of piss away leads throughout the whole season, and when they can keep that pedal to the metal like they did, it looks great, and they look like a fun, active team. Can't forget to mention my boy Beef Stew. I expect him to get
We didn't mention his name one time this entire pregame.
But I expect him to give someone the business tonight.
Can we just have a minute dedicated toward Beef Stew?
Beef Stew, and then Josh Jackson,
we need to.
Calling people bitches.
Yeah, dude, that was great.
Yeah,
that was so great.
Shout out to Josh Jackson. Yeah, you a bitch. Shut up. That's exactly what he said.
He said shut up afterwards.
Right.
He was just like this. You're a bitch. Shut up.
But we've seen that. We've seen Isaiah Stewart with the Antetokounmpo brothers going at both of them.
That was great.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo
I love how
brothers.
you get that right, but you get Della Vedova wrong.
No, Della Vedova, I know it was right.
No, you said Della Voda.
Deli, my man Deli.
There you go.
So, yeah, final score for me tonight, Pistons 108, Cavs 105. Pistons with the under, but covering the spread.
There you go. We're both covering the spread, though.
Yep, that's what I'm taking tonight. Pistons tip-off is around 7 p.m. We're going to sit back, enjoy the game. Thank you for watching on the Woodward Sports Network. Shout out to Darren McCarty. And, let's go.
Couple minutes till game time. Go Pistons.